Welcome back to a new episode of Relocate to Happiness podcast. I'm your host, Luca Shaked, and in this episode, we will talk about the correlation between happiness and recognizing potential. My guest, Alenka Zakojč, experiences herself in a way that is entirely her own, which has always set her apart. She has a strong connection with her body and follows intuition more than ideas. She works with people through direct presence and awareness of the nervous system, focusing on recognizing the potential that is already here rather than working on the self. In session, she meets a person in the present moment and shows how their system is functioning right now, which often brings clear recognition and naturally softens established patterns. Through the experience of the meeting, it becomes evident that there is no real separation between us. Participants often describe it as similar to a psychedelic state where identity softens or dissolves, but it happens through pure presence with open eyes. She sees life as a simple, dynamic process and works in a direct, light, and often playful way, inviting people to recognize that nothing is missing, only to notice the potential that is already here. Enjoy the show. Alenka, welcome. Thank you so much for coming here today. Even if you're far from me, I feel like you're here with me in the studio. And before we dive in, I want to ask you one question. How are you arriving here today? How are you, what's alive in you right now, in this moment?
Being myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say being yourself, it leads me to the next question, because I want to ask you, who is actually Alenka? And before I go back to, or before I talk about your background, I want to ask you, who's Alenka today?
Alenka is something different that Alenka was yesterday. This is the magic of being Alenka. This is the magic of being a human, because I'm very happy that I don't know exactly who I am, but in the other way, I know who I am. And I can't describe it because it has no words. So Alenka is my name, and
does it have a meaning in your language?
No, I don't know. I was never discovering it. But yeah, it's a name that I was firstly ashamed of. I don't know why, but yeah, maybe I know, because it's my identity. And I wasn't accepting myself as a human, as a person, as a Alenka, because I was afraid of that I won't be liked.
I think, we've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I know. I changed my full name, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So yeah, I was also thinking about it, but now it's like denying myself. It's like changing something that I am still, because I still believe that I'm also the identity, because through that identity I can recognize myself, how simple I am, that I'm not these stories that I know about myself, that I'm a simplicity of life itself that doesn't need any description. So yeah, Alenka is my name.
Okay. I'm looking forward in discovering all kind of shades of Alenka today, and in you sharing your experience, your journey. We have a lot of questions, and I'm very excited to start diving into this. I think that the first question I do want to go, and I want to ask you about your background and how did you arrive where you're here today? Like how did this journey? You were not always like can I say like a spiritual guru, or how no?
I don't see myself like that. When people say that, you're already there, you know so many things, and I'm like, there? Where is there? I'm here as you are. It's like we're in the same space, we are in the same earth, in the like a present moment. So I don't see myself there, and you are here. So I don't believe that I'm more conscious, that I'm something that other people are not. I don't see myself like that. I changed a lot, but I changed how I see the world, how I see myself. Because in the beginning, when I was a little girl, I saw myself as a divine, as a being that loves everything, that loves life, that is so excited about life. And I was so sure, I believed that I can move a pencil, you know? I was I was watching that pencil on the table and I was sure that I can move it. And yeah, my parents, they doubted, you know, they started to laugh. And for them, it was like a joke, you know? But for me, it was something so powerful, something that I believe that I can do that. And yeah, I forgot how to do it because I forgot how to be myself. Because I believed on those doubts of my parents. I believe that I can't do it. And this is something that we forgot, you know, our power. And yeah, I started to forget who I am. And I got so many descriptions, you know, so many beliefs, so many stories. So I started to believe those stories. I started to follow someone else. I started to follow my parents. I started to follow my teachers. I started to follow my friends. I started to follow people that I don't even know. And yeah, because I believe that I'm not enough, that there is someone who knows more about me, that there's someone who knows how to get there. And yeah, but something in me always believed that I'm okay, that I'm enough, and
More than okay, I would say.
that I'm enough. But still, another part doubted, and it tried. It tried to find that power, that love, that divine that I believed in. So yeah, I started to search. I started to search myself in relationships, and yeah, in parties. You know, I love to party. I love electronic music.
Oh
Um,
God, that doesn't sound too good, but okay. I know.
it sounds perfect
It's
because
a
I started to listen electronic music when I was
not the electronic, the partying part. It just it's very it's out of context. Can sound really bad. Luckily, I know you, and I know what you mean by having a good party.
yeah, you don't know me that well. You didn't see me partying.
Oh my God, is that a live invitation?
Of course.
I have it on the record. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. So you like to
You
dance, to
know,
party, to do you
no,
like
but
electronic music?
it was about connecting myself with frequencies. I never listened like well, I did, but I wasn't so passionate about those music with lyrics because there were so many stories in those songs. But I prefer frequencies. I prefer electronic music because it's made with different flows and it's like, you know, you can be with that. They don't take you into a story. Well, that's my truth. So yeah, I started to listen that in when I was, I don't know, 7, 8, something like that.
Wow,
Yeah,
early adapter, early bird.
early, yeah.
But
So Yeah.
Sorry, no, just because you mentioned the little girl and the whole story, which is very emotional, and I can also relate very much because I've seen a research and I've seen something also on Instagram about the fact that the kids and the little girls in general, when they're very young, they get like they think they're gonna change the world and they have a lot of self-confidence. They don't care, and even I remember my girls, like my girls specifically, were very shy, but I saw other kids, and they're dancing like nobody's watching, and they don't care about it. And after that, we go to school, and we get like all the information from the society, and we get all kind of how you said, like the beliefs and the doubts of your parents from other people. So slowly, when the kids are very young, in the research, or the little girls actually, when they were very young, they had a lot of self-belief and self-confidence. Once the kids are growing, you could see that, after, I don't remember, like the age 8, 9, 10, their self-esteem is going down because, society is pushing boys much more, and less women are believing, to be astronauts or scientists or, changing the world. So I think it's something that the society is projecting on us. And what happened to you, it's something very common. And of course, it depends on us. How do we pull ourselves, and how we rediscover ourselves, and how we, I don't know, find our new identities, or find like the older us. Does it make sense what I said?
Yeah, it does. You know how I see this? I believe that it's like you're standing in the middle of many, many, many mirrors. And those mirrors, they don't see themselves. They still believe that they're separated from themselves. So they doubt on themselves. That means that they also doubt on you. So they are reflecting you those doubts, that you need to be something, that you need to do something, that you can be more yourself, that you need to study certain things, that you will be enough, that you will be successful, that you will be loved. And those mirrors, it's just a mirroring. They're not aware. And how I see it now, I believe that if you are trying to help someone to be more themselves, it means that you still believe that this person, it's not enough. It means that you believe that you're not enough because you're reflecting what you are. How you see yourself, that's how you see the world. And I believe that we need to, need is not the right word.
It would be...
It's about trusting. It's about trusting yourself, that you are enough, and sharing yourself in this, what you are. Like, if you are afraid of sharing yourself, you're reflecting that you're not enough. And that person will see that. So what I do now, I reflect that I'm enough. Because I believe that you're enough also. And I'm not here to guide you somewhere. I'm here just to show you that you're enough. Because I am enough. And we are both here, even though you're in Portugal and I'm here in Slovenia.
I love that. I really love it. And I really connect with what you're saying. And I want to take it further. And because the theme today is recognizing potential. And because we talked about the fact that whenever we meet somebody, we want to fix them and we want to correct them. And we want to tell them that they have done a lot of mistakes and we know the truth. So my question is, how do we stop ourselves from doing that? How do we, we want to advise people. We want to tell them everything we know. So they take the right decision and the right path. And so a lot of judgment, a lot of, I don't even know how to say, repairing. How on default are we that, and what costs us, and how can we change it? Now I put 3 questions in one, but you got the idea.
I see it like it's not about doing anything. If you still do that, if you're still trying to change something, if you're still trying to change yourself, it means that you still believe that you're not enough. It's about staying present with what is here. When this action comes, your body will tell you. This means listening to your body. And it's a simple thing.
How do you do that?
Of course. It's so simple because it's here. You are here as awareness, and your body is here. It's like a tool. Our body is like a tool. And when you're in this idea, I need to help this person, your body is like, ee. It's like, come on, no. We're here. Let it, wait, see them, and see their potential. They're struggling about something, but allow yourself to see that potential here. Why is this person struggling? Where is he still or she still separated from what is here? Is this person struggling because of an idea? Is this even truth? Because in 95% it's usually an illusion. We're suffering about idea of something that we think that we need to have, and we're so sure that we need to be that, and blah, 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 blah. And life here is always rewarding us. It's always like, I love you. I'm giving you this experience. This is unconditional love of life itself. It means that it's unconditional love from yourself to yourself. And everything is happening through love. How many experiences we had in the past, like we thought that we need this, or maybe we thought that this is it, and it ended. It was like struggling. The first thing was struggling, and after that was like, oh, it's good. It's a good thing that happened. It's like, you see, and life is it's like constantly showing us, I love you. So listen to yourself. How much love do you have to yourself, for yourself?
For somebody that went through this, it's really not easy.
I know.
You make it sound very easy, and I love listening to you, but it's a long journey, and it's not as easy as it sounds. But I want to ask you for a second, you mentioned, because I want to stay a bit on the seeing the potential in the others. And in positive psychology, the first correlation that comes to me was like putting the focus on strengths in people. So how do we do that, and how do we, instead of focusing on the negative, how do we focus on the positive? Because of course it's training your mind, and of course it's love and everything what you said, but it's definitely not as easy as you say. And also our brain is also many times like focus on the negative and, looking for the quick fixes. Also in love, in the relationship, in ourselves. Instead, we have a million things to be thankful for, but instead we're focusing on the other stuff. So how do we kind of like focus our energy on this self-love and on this seeing the potential and on presence?
Stop trying.
Oh, that was scary.
Because it is. We are trying too much. We're constantly working on ourselves. And in the end of the day, week, month, year, you're tired. You're sick of this work on yourself. Because identity, the one in us who is so sure that it needs to do something, that it will be good enough, realize that I can do something to be enough in other way. First of all, I was working all the time. Maybe I was changing relationships and blah, blah, blah. And I was like...
And blah, blah, blah. I like that part with the blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I wonder what it really means.
Blah, blah. Anyway.
Sorry.
And And the same one, when he or she, whatever, realize that he's tired of this work, that he's tired of this relationship, that this relationship is not supporting him anymore, that this job is not supporting him, that he has something else, there's a potential, but it's not discovered yet, and the same one says, okay, I need to work on myself. And he continues working, but now he works on himself, and it tries, and it tries, and it tries, and it tries. And what I share, it's so simple for the body, but it's hard for the mind, because the mind wants to do something. It needs to be occupied. And
True.
the truth is like being.
I'm with you.
Of course you are. Doing and also being. And this is how can I say? This is a magic of life. Because you have always two choices. Trust, fear. You can be afraid and you can trust. And in any experience that you have, trust, fear. First, maybe you are afraid, but there's one part of you that trusts. And this part of you talks through body. It doesn't come in a story, but it comes through body. And the body is like, trust. And this is the moment before thought comes. This is that moment, and this is the intuition. Intuition is like here, and after that it's like a thought, and it starts to and your body is like shaking. It's like, come on, no. You're again in this idea, no, come here. It's like awareness, You are aware of your body. And it's so simple. You are aware of your thought and you are aware of your body. And everything is happening in the same moment. It's like a game. Your thought and your body. And you can play with that awareness. And you can be anywhere with your awareness, but you're here all the time. Present, like conscious is here, fully embodied. Your awareness is like, so yeah, we are all the same. The difference is in our awareness. And we have this possibility of fear and trust. Everything is the same.
But I would still want, I love it, and it's very interesting. But if I would have to say, like, what's the easiest way, for the quick fixes? What's the easiest way to move from fear to trust? Is it like really self-awareness? Only like really, you know what? I will ask you differently. Living in the moment, and you said the being. Why it's so difficult to actually stay in the present and not go back to the past and not to think about the future and not to get into that overthinking cycle?
Why would you stay present in that moment all the time? Like, why would you be this in between all? No, we are in dynamic. This is life. You're always jumping in this awareness. That's the point. I can't imagine myself being love itself. I'm pure love. There's no darkness. I love that triggering part, I love it because it's a game. It's a game where body communicates with you like, hey, here you are separated. Here you still believe that this person needs to be different, that this situation needs to be different. And it's like, okay, I trust. And here it comes, I trust. I trust. And when you trust, you see, oh my God, this is it. That's why it's here. I was still in an idea that it has to be different. And it's all about trust. And this dynamic will always happening because this is life. But if you're in this idea that you are already there, that I figured out the universe, I figured out life itself, and I am there, and I will help them. I will show them the way. Where is the way? Like, it's nothing there. It's happening here. So this is another identity. And we have so many identities that are changing. Alenka is changing all the time. And her awareness is changing. So, this dynamic will always happen. And it's okay. That doesn't mean that you are not enough, that you need to do something. It's about playing with your awareness. And don't forget about your body. Body is here screaming. Sometimes it's screaming. And sometimes it's like, oh, I love you because you're listening to me. Yes, and we are both here. And you're like, yes, I need this time for myself. And I will say no to you because I'm saying yes to myself.
I always say that our body is the smartest thing, that ever, the best tool, And I also believe that if we stop enough, we get those signals, but sometimes we don't know how to listen to it. And if we would listen more, we would probably get to exhaustion, desperation, and all this stuff. Like, just listen to your body. He knows what she knows what they're doing. You wanted to say something else? No. You have. I know that you have many. I'm very surprised.
A lot of things are coming now. If may I?
Of course.
The moments when you hear yourself, you don't have to do nothing. Also, you don't have to sit like in this perfect position and doing breath work and counting something or going those stairs down, and then you see the first door and you're entering and someone is guiding you there. No. Your body tells when you're separated. And what helps me, this is my truth, I love nature and I love the ocean. That's why I came to Portugal. I didn't know it was because of that. I just followed my body. And for example, when I feel this separation that I still have, I'm not questioning. I'm just following my body, and my body leads me to this stillness of life itself, of nature. And in Portugal, I love to sit there on cliffs, and I was watching the ocean, the waves. And for me, this is a very powerful stillness, because you see one wave has so many waves inside. And nothing repeats. Everything is constantly moving, and it's not pushing, and it's not expecting. It's like you can see yourself there as this life itself that moves all the time, that it's changing, and it's letting behind all the old waves, nothing repeats. And for me, it was a reminder of this dynamic of life, so powerful. How powerful we are as a being, as life itself. And it reminds you that it's okay if you're shaking. And it also reminds you that it's okay if you let go. The things that are not supportive, the things that brings you that dynamic. It's about accepting and letting go. Accepting and letting go. Not trying to push it away, or not trying to do anything with that, not trying, but accepting and, okay, thank you. You showed me, this trigger showed me that I'm still doubting. And I have a chance to trust. And I trust. So whatever it comes, because it can come many things, like life, you are testing yourself all the time. And it's time for you to start to play this game by your own rules, not following someone who is still searching himself or herself. So yeah, this is a potential that we all have.
I'm taking notes here and I don't want to interrupt you. I have so many things to say. Breathe in. But Portugal does have this role, in people's life to calm down people. And when you talked about shaking and moving or letting go, I thought about the power of actually grounding, because it has, when you said that, I thought about roots. I thought about feeling strong, and I even imagined you sitting in front of the ocean and experiencing all that waves, the old waves and the new waves, and that changing of identity and that feeling of trust. So it was very descriptive and very good. And about the life testing you all the time, I wanted to say that, of course, life tests us all the time, and what matters is our reaction to the events. And it's about stopping ourselves and kind of processing what happens, and only after that reacting. So yes, no, do we have an agreement?
Yeah, I see it more simple, but yeah, I'm not processing. Yes, I'm just doing. And
You're just doing.
I'm just being.
No processing, no.
No, because of course process can come, and process is like your body is saying you're processing. You're okay, but it's also okay that you are processing, because you're in this state of I can trust or I can still be afraid. This is a processing.
Yeah, but when I meant processing was like processing your reaction instead of like being impulsive, kind of like choosing the way that you react to the test of life.
Yeah, we also have this choice how to react, with the fear or trust.
Okay, simple. I get it there. And I want to take.
Yeah.
No, I do wanted to take you to something. If you wanna continue on this one, I had something else because that I wanted to mention. But go ahead on if you had something to add.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Okay. Off the camera. This is like no. I wanted to ask you about no coincidence, because I know that you believe in like there's no such a thing as there's no such a thing as no coincidence.
Yeah.
And when I first met you, I told you that I felt that I've met you, I know you for my entire life. Also because of Instagram, also because of our group of people. But what do you mean? What does belief give you? What do you ask yourself when you say there's no such a thing as no coincidence?
As I'm repeating myself all the time, how you see yourself, that's how you see the world, other people. And that feeling that we know each other from since ever, it's like when I am, well, I'm not trying to be, but when we met, I wasn't in that role. I need to, I don't know, explain myself to her. I was. And when I am, I reflect that you are. And here this recognition comes. It's like, this is something familiar. It feels like good. It feels like, you know that feeling. And I'm just reflecting what you are also. And for the mind, it's like, oh, it sounds familiar. It's like something is there. And the mind creates a story. And it goes the same like with love. You know, when we meet someone and we soften, you know, in front of him, her, we soften. And when we soften, we feel ourselves. You feel yourself like, oh, it feels so good. I love this person. Because your mind needs to do something now. And now it starts to create a story. There is love. Because, you know, your body is saying, I am love. You see, oh, you're so soft. You feel this love. Where you feel your love? I feel it in the body. But no, the mind is still, no. It's there. Love is there. Love is there. And it creates this separation. And when separation happens, it happens when thought comes. Thought creates a separation. And it's okay. Because through this separation, we still have a choice, trust or fear. And when this person leaves us, and we think that, yes, love, it's not here anymore. I'm not love. Of course I'm not love. Now I need to find that love. And you're trying to get back. And you're trying again because you forgot that, you know, you are love. So yeah, it's like, what was the question?
It was the no coincidence that
There's no coincidence. There's none. So when you see that life is happening all the time, and it's like giving you these opportunities that you see there's no coincidence, but you're like blind, you know, you don't see it because it's here, because it's so simple and it's here, and you're like trying to find it somewhere. And when you allow yourself to be more present, like to be more in your body, in your awareness, and like you see that, oh my God, it really is here. So funny. And you start to laugh because you see that life is really a game. And you start to play, but also you fail. You need to. It's not about failing. It's about, I'm still separated. I still think that it should be different. And it's a game. And this game becomes more joyful.
Mm-hmm.
It's more joyful. And you're still open. Oh, okay. I'm not there yet because there doesn't exist. It's like I'm here and I'm playing with this life. I'm playing with myself.
You make it sound so easy.
But it is. Your body is saying it's so easy. Your mind is now, how can I do that?
No, my body's saying that, and my mind is like, I'm planning to do a chart, so I'm like, you know, like this. That's the logic part of me trying to find, you know, something that is some reasoning.
Yeah, it's okay. I love this logic part of you. You know, I love smart people. I love people that are very educated. I love them because they have so much knowledge, and they have so many options to live that, you know, not to just know, to experience all of that. You know, it's like, it's so powerful. You have so many things to
explore. Thank you. I'm blushing here. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
With all the lights.
Yeah.
You mentioned joyful moments, and because this is a podcast about happiness, of course, I want to ask you, what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you?
Life. Life itself. Happiness means for me being yourself. And also sadness means for me being myself, because this is also a part of me. It's life. It's a gift that you can explore, experience yourself with all of those emotions, with all of those senses. This is happiness.
It's a new definition. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So this podcast is not only about happiness, it's about, in general, about mental health. So I would like to ask you, what is the correlation from your point of view from mental health to spirituality? Does it make sense?
No.
No?
I don't see a separation here because spirituality is also mental health. Spirituality, it's for me, I don't use this word.
Okay, we will cut it down. I will.
It's, well, spirituality has many descriptions and many stories. And it's like, I don't use it. It's because I don't know why to use it. I love to talk about simplicity. Because life is so simple, and when we try to describe it, when we try to discover it, it starts to be complicated. And also for me, I don't have a description. You know, when people ask me what you do, I don't have a description. I can't tell you. I am, and if that helps you, it's okay. I didn't give you nothing. I was myself. So it's so simple that sometimes for me it's I need to try to explain, but I'm not trying. So
I'm smiling because I do know what you're doing, and it's beautiful to live from this point of I don't have to give an explanation to anybody. I am who I am, and this is what it is. But on the other hand, I know that you do have a lot of not listeners, or a lot of followers, a lot of people. You're giving a lot of Zoom calls, right? Like a lot of you're participating in retreats. You put programs together, so you are doing a lot. Although you're very.
This is my identity that was activated. So my Instagram, I got those followers when I was a personal trainer because I was very good in my country. I started to work with the body, and I was a teacher. So I had a role, and people love to have someone that guides them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started to work with people through presence, through meditations, but I never like to call them like meditations because it's still a guiding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I started with guiding. And I had a lot of people because they thought that they need this guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was guiding them through myself. So I was always sharing the way how I see life. And I was always telling them, I didn't give you nothing, because they said, oh, you helped me to change myself. You changed me a lot, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I don't see like that. I was myself. I didn't give you nothing. So for me it was also experience of myself and allowing myself to let go something that I'm not anymore, something that is not my belief. And I ended with that guiding. I slowly ended. So in that time, I was somewhere in between. Who am I now? Because my identity was melting.
Story of my life.
Of course, I think that many, because you see that you are meeting yourself here, more present, but your body is not allowing you anymore to do something that you did that brought you money, for example, that brought you reactions, reviews, feedbacks. And that doesn't resonate with me anymore. And my body is very loud. My body is like, if you're not listening, well, you need to listen. And
I will make you listen.
Yeah, I will make you listen, yeah. And I was like, okay, I need to let go. And nature helped me that time a lot. I love to hike. And that was a place for me that I heard myself that those are things that are not aligned with me anymore, that I need to let them go. And of course, something else came. And I was like, okay, this is more simple and more simple. And when I had those group sessions with people, every group session was different. And every time when they came, they say, I don't know what to expect. And I was like, same. I don't know what are we going to do because I don't have any structure.
Scripts. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just allowing myself to be here. And life is also surprising me. And I was like, through that experience with people, I was in this opportunity to trust that something will happen and that everything that happens, it's okay. And I was in this trust. So I never saw that I'm giving them something, because I saw that they're allowing me to be myself also. So it's like an exchange. It's an exchange. I wasn't sharing with them my knowledge that I studied years and years. I wasn't guiding them somewhere. I was just sharing what was here. Like they're saying you are channeling. But for me I was like, I don't have any I don't know, angels there, any civilizations that I'm channeling. I also always thought maybe something wrong with me because I don't see someone there that is giving me notes. I was like, I hear someone and I didn't know who, but of course I was hearing myself. But it's not about, it's about me. It's always about myself. And this is your also your intuition. It's you. And your mind will create a story. No, this is my angel. This is my guardian angel that I saw in my meditation. Of course, I saw many things in my meditation. And I still had that opportunity to grab this identity and to see myself as more. To see myself as someone that I will guide you. I'm your guru, because I believe that I'm there, you're not. And I always had those opportunity to grab this identity. And I don't know, my body told me that's a lie, that this is not me. You're here, you're not there. So through that, I trusted. And now, for me, it's like a huge change that is happening. Because people that think that they need this guiding, they doubt on me. But there are people also, it's always a balance, and I'm like, now from this public, I'm going to another public of people that I'm meeting. When I'm sharing myself, it resonates. It's like, yes, this is it. So I believe that I'm not here to guide someone. I'm here to co-create with everybody. Because we are here to co-create a better life. We have so many potentials so many potentials. And if everybody put their own potential here in this present moment and act from this present moment, life can become better. And I believe in that. I believe so much that my body is shaking all the time. And a few days ago, I talked with a guy who lives in Thailand. He connected. I met him on a festival in Portugal, and we talked a few days ago on Instagram. And he said, "Can I call you?" And I was like, "Of course, but video call because I need to see you." Because I love to read the body. We are also the body, and I love to see it. So he shared with me how he sees life, and it's the same thing in another perspective with the codes, I don't know nothing about codes, I don't know nothing about AI. On the other hand, it resonates, everything resonates. And he also believes that, we need to put our passions together for a better world. And I believe that we need to do that without doing it. Through creating, through trust. So
Thank you for sharing. It's beautiful. I'm taking notes here, co-creating instead of competing, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful story, what you said. It won't cancel the fact that you do have a lot of followers, a lot of people listening to you. And I want to ask you, where can people actually find you on Instagram? And second of all, and one of the last questions would be, one question that you want the listeners to ask themselves today, something that you want them, to think about.
Okay, you want me to answer the first thing, like Instagram, blah, 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 or this one?
Okay. The Instagram is short. Where people can find you enjoying your guidance / meditation / being /
You know what? 2 years ago, I had an idea that I need a page, my page. And since then, it didn't happen. You know why? Because my description, it's like every time it's different, and now there's none. And my perfect page would be like landing page with a dot. Or maybe with a circle. I don't know yet. Because this is life. Nothing stands outside. And everything is here in this circle. And for now, people can find me on Instagram and all. But in the other hand, for me, Instagram is like, you really need to be this feeling that I would love to share myself now. And when you do that, you're in this action. And it's like you need to record yourself and you need to put it there. And maybe you put the captions, because I also speak in my language. And it's like doing. And I love this kind of talks, This is like, you can find me on podcast. You can find me on the street. You can find me, you can find me also on Instagram. But you can find me on Zoom. You can find me anywhere. You can find me if it's meant to find me.
Okay. Do you want to give a handle to the Instagram, or I'll just put it
My
in the show?
My Instagram is Alenka, Alea,
Okay. I'll put it in the handles in the show notes, And the second the question or parting words.
Yeah, what was the second one?
The second question was like one question for the listeners that you would like to ask, or something a question they should ask themselves.
Interesting thing. Don't ask yourself nothing. Maybe look at yourself in the mirror and allow yourself to see yourself without questions.
Beautiful. Any parting something that you would parting words, something that you would like to add?
Maybe that most of the time we are not aware what we have, what is here. Maybe a country where you live, you don't see it as tourists do. Because when I was in Portugal, I saw that country so amazing, so beautiful. I saw those people so beautiful. I saw the traffic beautiful, I saw everything that is beautiful. But for me, everybody are like slow motion, they're trusting, they're not rushing. And it's a beautiful thing. you
Not on the
trust.
road. On the road, everybody is. That's a different top. That's a different episode. Don't get me into there.
Don't go there. Okay.
Don't go there.
So yeah.
There is a way of driving in Portugal that is a bit different than the quiet lifestyle, I would say.
Also lifestyle for me, as I saw,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
in the other hand there are different things, but every country has a potentials. It's everything I see in balance, and we are not aware because it's here. It's here, and you have it here, and you're searching that beauty outside. And it's the same thing as it with you. You're here, but you're searching yourself outside. And for your listeners, um, when I'm sharing myself, it's the most beautiful thing that I can do for people. So allow yourself to share yourself. And I know that maybe there might come an idea that you might be too much for someone. But you're never too much, because too much doesn't exist. It exists only in your idea. Who is the one who is saying that there's something too much? If you are too much for someone, this person still means that you're not enough, that they're separated, they have an idea about you that you need to be different because they believe in themselves that they need to be different. It's about separation, and it's okay. So when you allow yourself to be in your power, in your passion, so alive, you're reflecting them that it's okay to be yourself. And you're mirroring that beauty, that life that they are. So they will accept you. For sure, they will accept you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
think the
you.
last part was I feel that it was specifically for me. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for sharing all these beautiful stories and your way of seeing the world. So yeah, for many more.
Thank you, Luca. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for believing in yourself to invite me.
Thank you.
Thank you.